Okay, for the Seattle people, since I'm doing a few tutorials today, one of the ones I wanted to do was the tutorial for the Backdash Cancel, which there has been a lot of discussion of. And a lot of people say, no, that's not the way to do a Backdash Cancel, but there are actually several methods that work perfectly fine for doing this. And one of the things that you'll be able to see if you go into practice mode in Tekken is that if you hold down back, you can hold it for as long as you want, and if the back input is quick enough after it, it will dash, no matter how long you've been holding the down back input. And this gets into one of the other concepts too, actually, is that for the dash, the final input has to be a back, but a prior input can be down back. So if you hit down back, that will count as the first back in input. So you can hit down back back, and it will backdash for you. Or you can hold down back, and then hit back quickly, and it will also backdash for you. So that means we have a couple different ways that we can backdash. One of the methods is to go back, back, and then people use a quarter circle back motion back. So they're pulling it up this way. Quarter circle back, back, quarter circle back, back, quarter circle back, back. And this will cancel it, and this ending here counts as the first back, and then they have an input, and it backdashes. So they go like this. And that gives them backdashes that direction. Another thing that some people do is they begin with a back-back motion, like this, and then they slide it to down back, which will actually count as the first back, even though it was a movement to there in the next input. Back, slide to down back, back, slide to down back. And I used to use this, but the reason I stopped using this method was actually that I found myself canceling my backdash too early, so I wasn't getting too much distance. And so it's possible, if you time it better, that you can still get the backdash distance on it, like this. But I found myself going too fast, and when that happened I was canceling my backdashes too short. So some of this is a matter of preference too. The method that I'm using now is to start, and then instead of sliding it, just hitting straight to down back, neutral, down back, neutral. And in each one of these sets, the down back cancels the dash and counts as the first back input, so that after that you have a back and it dashes. So it might look something like this. Now it looks like it's sliding a little bit there, and it might hit a down in here, but since the final input on that section of it is a down back, we're still counted as a back. And even if it does slide too far, then it gets back, and that's still okay because it counts as the input. But I'm not focusing on the slide as much as you would with other motions. And like we saw before, if you hold down back and hit back, it will dash for you. So whether it starts as a down here, as long as your final input is a down back or back, and then you do a back, you'll get the dash out of it anyway. But you don't have to roll it all the way to the back. As long as you get to down back, you're fine. So it's hitting here, neutral, back, neutral, here, neutral, back, neutral, here, neutral, back, neutral. Now this is a little more complex on the two-player side, just because of the setup of your hand, really, and dexterity. So I actually find myself using a little bit more of a slide on the two-player side, basically in the same way, really, that you wave dash. A wave dash to the right will be the same thing as a backdash on the two-player side, where you have a forward input and a slide. You don't have to go all the way to down, but I find it difficult to hit directly down back on that side. It's possible by doing this, but still difficult. So I get this on my two-player side. And it's kind of hard to do holding the camera in one hand, but at about that speed. And so the techniques may vary a little bit depending on what side you're on, but there are many different inputs that work. You can go back, back, slide to down, back, neutral, back, slide to down, back, neutral, as many repetitions. You can go back, back, quarter circle, back, back, quarter circle, back, back, quarter circle, back, back. Or you can just do back, back, down, back, back, down, back, back, down, back, back, with a neutral between each of those. And if you're from a crouch, holding down, back in a crouch, hitting back quickly, of course, gives an immediate one there too. So you could start with back, back, or with down, back, back, either way, and then you just repeat with that repetitions. So it feels very awkward at first, but if you just get some practice with it, it will become much more smooth and easier to do so that you can backdash cancel effectively. And so I hope that helps out some of you who have seen the backdash cancel used by people like Eddie or Non and have wondered really how to implement it or execute it yourselves.